So when you came in, I remember it. You hit the 55, right? And I said, he has two options. Either he keeps going, his veterans is going to try to put a hold on it. And I said that's where he's at because he is the new school guard that's going to come in and make scoring okay.
I battled with that too a lot my rookie year.
Yep.
Trying to figure it out because it was more like, like you said, it wasn't really a thing for point guards to be just scoring like that. So I battled with that a lot. And that's why I feel like I was real inconsistent a lot. And I feel like Milwaukee wouldn't let me be who I wanted to be.
Hello guys, and thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about Brandon Jennings, the hoop mixtape demigod, and the 10th overall pick in the 2009 NBA draft, scoring 55 points only 7 games into his rookie season. Since then, he has bounced around the league, and as of 2018 is no longer in the NBA. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's go ahead and take a look back at his career and some pivotal moments and where things went awry. Brandon Jennings was born September 23, 1989, and raised in Compton, California. He quickly showed an interest in basketball and started playing at just the age of 3. Playing with his cousins growing up, he first got a taste for the big lights when he scored 30 points in the AAU National Championship game at just 13 years old. Jennings played at Compton Dominguez as a freshman and took a secondary role to the upperclassmen. As he explained, I was making the big plays at the end of games, stealing the ball, making the good pass, or getting defensive stops, just not scoring. I scored 25 points against Mater Dei Santa Ana in the playoffs, and that's how I really got my name out there. Following up in his sophomore season, he averaged 12 points per game, 9 assists per game, and 7 steals per game. His high was 30 points in a third-round playoff defeat. Jennings went on to cap off his AAU summer with an undefeated season on the SoCal Allstars, with the likes of Kevin Love, Renardo Sidney, Taylor King, and Daniel Hackett, arguably one of the best AAU teams of all time, as they dominated the AAU circuit with a 31-0 record and 5 major tournament championships. He was the starting point guard, averaging a jaw-dropping 12.3 assists per game. One has to wonder what would have happened if Brandon Jennings and Kevin Love had ever teamed up together in their NBA career. Coming off this historical AAU summer, Brandon decided to transfer to prep powerhouse Oak Hill Academy in Virginia, where he led them to a 40-1 record, losing only to Simeon in what was a star-studded showdown that featured future NBA star Derrick Rose and Nolan Smith.
Derrick Rose leading state champ Simeon against #1 Oak Hill Academy. Duke-bound Nolan Smith. Alex Legion headed to Michigan. Florida State-bound Julian Vaughn and junior sensation Brandon Jennings next. Progressive, the #1 team in the nation, the Oak Hill Warriors, against the reigning Illinois state champs, the Simeon Wolverines. Derrick Rose, the top point guard in the country, headed to Memphis, and Nolan Smith, one of the top wings in the nation, he is going to Duke. Talking about the best point guard in this senior class in Derrick Rose. Brandon Jennings, #3 for Oak Hill, widely thought of as the best junior point guard in the country. Oh, a few good guards. Nice pass there, and the pass again. Brandon Jennings going to USC. 2 years from now, they'll be happy to have it. Oak Hill.
Interesting thing, Doug, in terms of a player who's unselfish, almost being selfish in ball. All about his running pick and rolls as a point guard, he can already do it.
And as you mentioned, the improvement in his three-point.
Jennings finished his junior season averaging 15.2 points per game and 11.5 assists per game, being ranked as the #6 overall in the class of 2008 and the #1 point guard. That summer, Brandon was invited to play in the first ever Elite 24 Classic with the likes of Kevin Love, Michael Beasley, DeMar DeRozan, amongst other future NBA stars, where he put on an absolute spectacle, taking home MVP honors with 19 points and 23 assists.
And the Boost Mobile Elite 24 Hoops Classic is underway. Right from the start, Brandon Jennings with the ball. Throws it up. Nice catch. Easy ones. Jennings, though, drops it off for DeMar DeRozan, and he gets called for a hand check. Foul. Jennings blows by him and gets it to Walter Berry.
You know, not until they get old will they realize.
Whoa, so DeRozan takes it the other way. Over to Jennings.
The finish, and the crowd went crazy.
Jennings from NBA range gets it to go. Devin Ebanks.
What a pass by...
Heading into his senior season, 2 senior starters transferred, leaving Jennings as the sole senior on the Oak Hill roster.
Private boarding school founded on the emphasis of education, Oak Hill has also found excellence in a highly successful basketball program. With 7 #1 national rankings and legacies left by celebrated players of the past. Now, senior point guard and high school All-American Brandon Jennings looks to put his mark on this storied Oak Hill program.
Now every Hooper remembers this absolutely ridiculous hoop mixtape that Brandon Jennings had his senior year. He had one of the best statistical high school seasons ever, averaging 35.5 points per game, 7.5 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game, and 4 steals per game. He shot 50% from the field and 35% from the three, including an Oak Hill scoring record of 63 points in a game, as well as winning Naismith Prep Player of the Year and being selected to the McDonald's All-American game where he showed out and won MVP.
Star, he lost it though, and here comes Jennings. Keep your eyes on the bottom of the screen as well, and we'll be able to show you where some of these stars are heading to college, and we'll certainly be keeping you up to date throughout the game. 2 years. Played his first 2 years of high school basketball at Compton. Dominguez, DeMar DeRozan going to SC. Played at Compton High School. Jennings tried one feed. It was knocked down. The second effort sets up.
At the end of his senior year, Jennings was ranked #1 by ESPN, and although having a slew of scholarship offers, he signed with Lottomatica Roma of Italy in the Euroleague for $1.65 million, becoming the first ever prep-to-pro overseas player, trailblazing the way for future NBA players like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton. This caught the attention of Under Armour, who gave Jennings a $2 million contract to showcase their products in the EuroLeague. He struggled with the adjustment to Euro-style play as it is much more defensive and team-orientated, and took on a role-player role within the team, averaging only 7.6 points per game, 1.6 rebounds per game, 1.6 assists per game, and 1.2 steals. That summer, in the 2009 NBA Draft, the Bucks decided to draft Brandon Jennings at the 10th overall pick, where only 7 games into his career he dropped a 55-point game on Stephen Curry and the Warriors.
It's 3.5 hours before tip-off, and Bucks rookie Brandon Jennings is preparing to go head-to-head with another first-year point guard, Stephen Curry of the Warriors.
We're here in Milwaukee. We had a good game tonight. We had a blazing hot rookie, Brandon Jennings. Got to figure out how to slow him down.
With a matchup of 2 top 10 picks at the point guard spot, as Stephen Curry of the Warriors getting ready to take on Brandon Jennings of the surprising Milwaukee Bucks.
7th father-son combination in NBA history. Jennings, yes, thought he was fouled. Sitting on 13 points a game. And that means sitting.
Jennings is starting to heat up, and something special is about to unfold.
Jennings, three-point look. It's on its way. Got it! Bingo! Goes the young Buck.
And a half. And you want to know why the Bucks are a better rebounding team? That's another reason. The guards can rebound. Well, I thought I'd say that about Mikey Moore, too.
Lockout. Lockout several times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in these first few games.
Lockout, baby. I'm describe this, but we haven't seen it very often.
You see that yank?
My goodness.
I mean, he had his hands on him out there.
Jennings.
Put it away now, guys.
Brandon didn't quite live up to expectations following this 55-point game, as he was held back by the Bucks and the general mindset of the NBA at the time in regards to point guards. Nonetheless, he led the Bucks to a 46-36 record, averaging 15.5 points per game, 5.7 assists per game, 3.4 rebounds per game, and 1.3 steals, which resulted in a first-round playoff loss to the Hawks, and all-rookie first-team honors.
Well, again, you know, they're a little jittery right now, so they're trying to find their offense, but more importantly, they got to...
Dribbling out front. Now Jennings backs up, fires a three, and hits it.
Bad move, because all he's going to do is step behind that arc.
Jennings, bigs off the bench, very limited.
Well, Scott's going to have to experiment a little bit.
Jennings puts up another floater. Jennings driving, scoring. On the
great example of what the Bucks have to do. Keep Atlanta out of the paint. Hit your threes. Jennings has a pair of them.
Many expected Brandon to make the jump to an all-star caliber player after such a tremendous rookie season. Unfortunately, over the next 2 seasons, his stats remain somewhat stagnant, as in 2010 he only averaged 16.2 points per game, 4.8 assists per game, and 3.7 rebounds per game. In the 2011 season, he averaged 19.1 points per game, 5.5 assists per game, and 3.4 rebounds per game, with the Bucks missing the playoffs in both of those seasons. Later that summer, on July 1st, 2011, the 161-day NBA lockout began, in which Brandon Jennings and many other NBA legends played off in many street ball and open gym games, and he did not disappoint in his ridiculous highlights. In the 2012 season, Brandon went on to average 17.5 points per game, 6.5 assists per game, and 3.1 rebounds per game, earning the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference to play against the Miami Heat, in which Brandon coined the famous term, Bucks in 6.
I know everybody's counting us out, but for us, you know, there's really no pressure on us right now. So we just going to go out there and play basketball and win.
And win?
Yeah.
And how many games?
6. We're gonna win in 6.
What was your reaction, the team's reaction, when Brandon Jennings said, well, obviously, you know, it's a good series, but we're going to win this thing in 6?
That was my reaction.
As well in the past, and you're right there, that guy right there, Brandon Jennings, he said is the wild card, because
for the Miami Heat, and Jennings moments ago, who's averaging, as Reggie was talking about, a good number against Miami this year, 24 points a game for the Bucks.
1 point. Let you know that here in the world is what a long step.
Turnovers for Miami.
Look at the shot clock running down, steps back behind the 3-point striking distance.
Here's Jennings, shot clock at 5. Little floater inside, and he puts it in.
Yeah.
3s this season. Jennings slicing for 2. Now under 3 to play and down by 5. Another drive. Jennings puts it through.
There by the Heat.
Under 5 to play in the 3rd. Jennings, Pattier with a foul. Counted for 3.
The Heat would go on to sweep the Bucks in that series, and later on in the offseason, Brandon Jennings would be traded to the Detroit Pistons, where in the 2013 season he averaged 15.5 points per game, 7.6 assists per game, and 3 rebounds per game. In the 2014 season, he averaged 15.4 points per game, 6.6 assists per game, and 2.5 rebounds per game, and a season-ending injury in what was an Achilles rupture, and honestly seemed like it was the beginning of the end for Brandon, as statistically he never bounced back from this injury. Returning back from the ruptured Achilles injury for the 2015 season, Brandon was averaging career lows in pretty much all stat categories, and the Detroit Pistons traded him before the trade deadline to the Orlando Magic, in which Brandon Jennings continued to struggle and over the next few seasons bounced around the league until he signed a 1-year, $1.5 million contract to play in the Chinese Basketball Association in hopes to bring up his NBA stock.
詹金斯自己运一下，詹金斯没给，再转，哎，漂亮！詹金斯干拔控卫啊，漂亮！今天个人的第3个3分球。
After playing just 6 games in the CBA and averaging 30-plus points per game, Brandon ended up playing for the Milwaukee Bucks G League team, the Wisconsin Herd, and after playing successfully for a few weeks, was called up to the Bucks for 10-day contracts till the remainder of the season. Unfortunately, this was Brandon's last season in the NBA, but it was nice to see it come full circle and him end it in a Bucks jersey. All in all, let's give Brandon Jennings his flowers. He was an elite shot creator and tough shot maker, as well as a great floor general for a period of years in his brief NBA career. I think he could have been a better player had he come into the NBA about 6 or 7, 8 seasons after the fact, as he was a step in the evolution towards the modern-day combo guard, and he was a great player overall for a few years. Please go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the video, as well as any other potential players I should go ahead and make a video on. Thank you very much.